Hey guys, it's Marissa from Grow in the Flow, and I'm popping in here today to say hello, see how your May's going, and wish you a very happy new moon in Taurus. Today is the day. It is the new moon in Taurus. It is peaking at just about 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and it is a fantastic day for setting intentions, making our wishes, and bringing forward what we want to manifest. So I was just over on Instagram, made a quick video there where we chatted a bit about the Taurus energy, and I pulled the cards that I'm going to be looking at today to take a look at what is coming in for the new moon, what is rising up in the collective now, what the main focus of the new moon is, and then the outcome on the other side. So we also pulled an overarching card that I talked about for a few minutes there. I'm going to put the camera down, pull those up, but first just again wanted to bring in that Taurus energy, talking about Taurus, the bull, all about that earthbound energy of practical steps, the working, the moving, the bringing into reality our wishes and our intentions. And so, this Taurus being a very strong and reliable sign of the zodiac that does have that work ethic and that ability to bring things forward. Also some stubbornness, some bullheadedness as well. So it really is a great energy for us to be successful, to bring about all of the wealth and abundance that we want to usher into our lives. And that's not just about money, resources. It's about, taking those practical steps and bringing into reality the things that we are wishing for. So I'm going to go ahead, put the camera down where we can chat some more about the cards and take a look at what's coming up. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back, and I have my new moon in Taurus altar here, and I am just loving the colors that came up. They're kind of surprising, but really loving how everything came together here. I'm going to show you the colors that came forward. We have here the colors of apricot and aqua. And apricot says rejoice and laugh. Aqua says experience peace and calm. So both of these colors do feel very calming, very relaxed, very much about embracing just having fun and laughter, things that feel joyful, just a very soft, relaxing energy that is really embracing the concept of just having joy around you and laughter. And I'm just loving that those colors came up. And so then I brought in my sprays from Amanda Ellis. I brought in the Metatron Flame Attunement and Connection spray, as well as the Water Elemental, just two. I mean, I love, I love color. I love when it matches like that. It just looks so beautiful. And I actually had brought in the earth energy spray as well, the earth element, for that Taurus earth energy to really get grounded and connected, to root into the practical steps that we're looking to make, as well as the throat chakra spray for sort of expressing that into the world. So I don't have those up here on the altar, but I did use those in the Instagram video just to call in that energy as well. So these are the cards that came up. The overarching energy right off the bat was the major arcana card Strength. And first of all, love this deck from Poppy Palin. We use this for the May collective reading. That link is below if you haven't seen it. I have personally found it to be really right on point. The cards that came up really resonated for me for the first beginning of the month. That kind of wrapped up yesterday, the 10th. And so now we move into this next 10 block where I felt that the cards that came up have already been really coming forward for me personally. So definitely check that out if you haven't seen it yet. This reading just expands on that, builds on that, factoring in this new moon energy for manifesting and bringing in the new. So right off the bat, we get the Strength card. And this is just, of course, a beautiful card that represents that inner strength, taming the beast within, the things that we fear, whether they are parts of ourselves or things from the external, bringing them into balance and sort of, having that clarity on when to rule as a sovereign being, being rooted and anchored into our authentic selves from a place that is more fierce versus more tame and mild, because we all possess each of those aspects, of course. And so the way that it is depicted here, I love that she is someone who obviously has some challenges. She's in a wheelchair. There are things that she is challenged to do, and yet she perseveres. We see here that there's a courageousness, a boldness, a brightness. The sunflower necklace that she wears is really showing, holding that torch, that fire, what lights her up, and pursuing her dreams despite the challenges. In some cases, literally walking through fire, moving through those challenges with that grace and ease, and seeing that it is successful, and so this to me really is setting the tone for, that which we're bringing forward this new moon. The seeds you're planting, the intentions you're setting are very, very poised to be successful, to bring forward great prosperity. And that is the message of the new moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead, that with the hard work, with the dedication, with taking the steps, practical movement, and in some cases stubborn, sticking to the plan, sticking to the path, not allowing yourself to get swept up in emotion and things that would have you come off course, but rather bringing them into balance and moving forward with them, using them as tools. And so the way that kicks off here with this first card is the Five of Blades, which is the Five of Swords. And traditionally, this card is associated with this concept of some type of a battle, a fight, a struggle that ends in a victory, but at what cost? It asks the question, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it really a productive use of your energy, of your strength, of your time? And so, what is rising up in you this new moon could really be a good look at, things that you may have been engaged in, and they can be certainly arguments, disputes, stirring around of things with people that really is not a productive use of your time. The phrase, too many cooks in the kitchen come to mind here. It's like sometimes when there's just too many people trying to be the head chef, it is worth just kind of setting down that chef knife and stepping aside. Is this even a dish that you still want to make? And that energy came up in the May reading, because the overarching energy for this whole month is the Two of Pentacles, and that card was depicted with a waiter who was offering two trays, one with would be a healthy option and one the unhealthy option. So, really being asked to find the balance between those two things. And now here we are behind the scenes with the chefs in the kitchen preparing those dishes and really looking at, what we're putting our energy into, what we're engaging in, and how it is moving us forward, or it is holding us back or keeping us in some sort of a holding pattern. So, that's really what's rising up as an opportunity to look at your tools, your resources, the ingredients that you are putting in, and whether those ingredients are poised to yield a dish that you're looking to prepare. It's really getting honest with ourselves and taking a look at how we're using our resources, and whether or not it is something that we want to continue in that direction, or if we want to set that down and start off on a new venture, something that is more worthy of our time and energy than this futile perhaps. And this can even be struggles with ourselves, with aspects of ourselves. So, yes, it can be with other people. For the collective, it comes to mind all of the, keyboard warriors and social media and people trying to advance their opinions and their views, and, kind of having that stubbornness, that tunnel vision type way of engaging people that is never going to be a valuable use of your time. That juice will not be worth the squeeze. That victory is not going to be a sweet victory. So there's an opportunity to move away from that energy and to move in one that is much more loving and nurturing and compassionate, such as the Empress, who is coming up as the main focus of this new moon. So here's another major arcana card to go with our strength card. The Empress is actually a Taurus card. So she is in the sign of Taurus, and she is all about Mother Earth, for fertile energy, about planting seeds, abundance, bringing forth beautiful growth. And so here she's being shown as what looks to be a very loving mother and her family. She is surrounded by those that look to love her, that she also returns that love to them. And so it really is about, again, the main focus, aligning yourself with love and compassion and generosity and giving and all of the energy and abundance of the Empress versus this energy that we just discussed here with the Five of Swords. And so, this is really taking a look at what seeds have you been planting and what are you looking to plant now, because this is really showing to be that it will be a prosperous crop that you yield from the steps that you're taking now. So this talks about the outcome over here, and this is the Two of Swords. So these cards are flanked in the sword suit, and traditionally this card is showing someone who is at a crossroads, a little closed off, maybe not seeing things for how they are. There's a blindfold, or in this case she has her eyes closed to all that's going on around her. And we talked about in the May reading, May being such a busy month for so many, and the need to step out and acknowledge whether or not we're taking time for ourselves and our self-care. But another thing that's coming up here is financially, when it comes to getting your finances in order, cleaning house, not only financially, physically, getting that clutter cleared out. These are all things that are at hand and available to you to do now. And this is also suggesting that, again, the seeds that have been planted, the wishes and the intentions that are being set now that may seem very far off. There can be some fear about whether or not we're going to be successful, fear of failure, fear of what other people think. Those are all the beasts that we're taming with this overarching strength card energy, that we are closer than we think. If she would only open her eyes and uncross her arms, she may see that this cleanup is not as difficult as it seems. The two arguing in the background is kind of like, the opinions and the thoughts of others that may be coming at you from different directions and causing you to pause and question the direction that you want to move in. However, this is telling you to connect within, tune in to your higher self, and get real clear on what it is that resonates with you. Again, this energy, engaging others and trying to get your point across, get others to understand you, understand where you're coming from, really not something that's serving you. There's an opportunity to really just stand in your own power and just unapologetically move forward in the direction that is speaking to you. And again, you do so from a place of loving, compassion, and understanding, like this beautiful Empress here. And yet, you're doing it for you boldly and unapologetically, in the sense of, not looking to appease others or to emerge the victor or the winner, or to be declared, that you were right or others understand. Because, in some cases, it really is just not worth the time and energy. And in what way has sticking with that old stubborn way of being been preventing you from moving forward? So, there's a lot of that energy coming up as well. I mean, it really does look to be that, again, like I say, things are closer at hand than we think. And I'm just going to pull one last card just to kind of tie it all together here. This new moon, we're setting our intentions. We are looking to move away from the people, places, and things that have been draining of our energy, that aren't helping us move in the direction that we wish to go. We're embracing the things that light us up. We're having courage and boldness, and we're really connecting in with ourself to see what resonates with us. What might we be missing? What do we have an opportunity to look at from a different perspective? What is a final thought here for us? Ten of Cups, gorgeous, happy family, the realization of everything. We have this awesome, awesome, awesome card. And so this is really showing, if all these cups are the abundance and the wishes and the things that you wish to call into your life, that the seeds that you planted have all emerged as this beautiful garden of flowers in full bloom. And again, it's like this Empress energy, the seeds that were planted, and the love that is being sent out is being returned. We have the rainbow here, of everything. Just, you couldn't get a more positive card in the deck than the Ten of Cups. So it really feels like, again, and it's interesting how it always comes out to be like these anchoring energies over here. We have more of that harsh swords energy that's coming across as being much more closed off, much more harsh and confrontational, or just not open to receiving. And that gives way to this beautiful energy that's coming up here in these three cards to embrace for this new moon, for you to bring in, the seeds that you're planting boldly and courageously and patiently, and allowing them, as you move through the challenges, as you continue to remain open and positive, focused on what are you calling in, what are you tuning into. If you are coming from a place of hopeful, positive aspirations, then you're calling in more of the same. If your expectation is that it's just all too much, it's not, you don't want to deal with it, or, coming from an angry place of having to prove a point, or something that's like a futile spinning of wheels, you're calling in more of that same thing. So as that energy has an opportunity to clear away, we look at what we're tuning into, what energy we're calling in, and we sit in that place. We put out that vibe. That's what we're looking to call in. And that came up yesterday as well. I have, again, on Instagram is where I had the reading yesterday for Movie Monday. The Strength card, of course, was the card yesterday that we talked about, as well as the color energies that came up having to do with what we're magnetizing, what we're calling in, what we are attracting. So getting real clear on the seeds that we're planting, the way that we're nurturing them, and then this beautiful outcome that we have lying on the other side of that rainbow. Beautiful stuff. All right, well, I'll sit with this. If anything else comes up, I will put up a blog post, but I want to thank you so much for joining me. I'm wishing you a beautiful new moon. Many blessings. Again, if you would like to check out the May collective reading, that link is below, as well as the link to reach out if you're interested in a personal reading. Thank you so much. Take care.